This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, everyone. It's Alex Katutis, Research Analyst at Revere Asset Management. Today is June 24th, Tuesday. It's 15 after 4 Eastern or 1:15 my time here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Today, the market state continues its uptrend as tech showed continued strength and its rally that started shortly after the Fed spoke Wednesday of last week. Tech stocks were going down and then found a nice bounce off some key moving averages, and I will show you guys that in shortly. But before we move on, I do have an IPO that is setting up, and I think it's going to explode higher. If it doesn't, we have our risk profile where we set our stops, and you can too, so you can measure that risk. But I see a lot more reward to that risk, and I will show that stock shortly, so stick around. Before we move on, let's go over our contact information, then we can go over the indexes, what they did today. So our contact information is dan@revereasset.com, Tim, Hunter, myself, Alex, or don@revereasset.com, or you can call us at 855 Real Wealth or 855-732-5932. You can see here on the left the indexes, including the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100 here. The QQQs were up about 0.5%, while the Dow, Mid-Cap, and Russell were up about 1%. So it was a strong day, good breadth in the market overall. Most of the industries were up. So here on the right, we have our growth detection gauge. And if you don't know what that is we watch the leaders of the market and all the indexes and their 21 EMA, 50-day simple moving average, and the 200-day simple moving average. And we are above on all of those. And today the Dow did close above that 21 EMA and 50-day. So let's move on and show you those charts. We'll start with the Russell 2000, which is IWM. You can see here had a nice 4-day rally. We'll probably consolidate based on the fact that that red line, that 50-day moving average, we are now 3.2% above that. When it hits around that 5 range, it usually consolidates, if not pulls back a little bit, which is fine. It's healthy. This is great action. Let's go over the Dow. The Dow broke that 50-day. It was looking ominous on that candle on June 18th, but we had a nice comeback day shortly after on, I think it was, sorry, can't get this line out. Was that Monday? I don't know what's going on in markets, but it's not letting me scroll over. It's skipping right over that bar. Yeah, I'm pretty positive it was Monday. Yeah, it was June 21st. We rallied back hard. So it was in shakeout into the end of the week and then bang. And now we closed at the high of the day and right on that 50-day moving average, if not right above it. So that's a bullish sign. Let's look at the QQQs, which is the Nasdaq 100. We're now breaking out above that pivot, and that's leading the tech stocks higher, most of the leaders. And I want to get into something here after I show you the S&P 500 real quick, and then I'll show you that IPO I was talking about, which is in tech. So this is the S&P 500. It's similar to the Qs being a little bit extended, but nothing out of the ordinary. And sideways action, I would be welcome to, allowing some handles to build. And I'll show you when I mean handle, what that means, what that is. But let's go over that IPO that I wanted to show you. And it's Snow. So Snow IPO'd, which is initial public offering, if you don't know what that is, last year. And it had a nice rally above 400, but then it just came straight down. Most IPOs do this. And what is happening here is funds or institutions are getting to know the company and learning about its fundamentals and what they do in the story. And I believe that this is what's happening here, because look at this day here on May 27th. There was a big volume bar here. So that was definitely a sign that some big players were probably getting in and putting positions on in the stock. And it's followed by look at this past week. Big volume. The blue bars here, which is the buy side, are enveloping the red bars, which are a down day. So that's telling me that there's definitely more buyers than sellers. The RS line shows 30, but if you were to put if you really to decipher this, I would say that it's pointing up It's coming off its lows, it's creating new highs. If it gets above that 256 level, this thing could break out and break out fast. This stock can move. We could see over here on the left, when they want the stock, that price, you have to know your stock. You have to understand the characteristics and the personality of what you're trading. And this stock, I wouldn't be surprised if this goes up to 300 in a short time based on the fact of its previous trading history. This isn't a prediction. This is just, I'm going off what it's done in the past, and the stock is setting up. It's tight action. That green line, that 21 EMA, this green line is pointing up. The 50-day, this red line is curving and turning. See how it's kind of, it's not at 3 o'clock anymore. It's almost at like 2:30. And once it starts to slope back up and that RS line with it, relative strength, like I said, I think this thing's going to be a potentially really good return on your money. So if you want to buy it, this is probably the good spot. Maybe take some profits around that. That would be, that'd be 20% at 300. So don't sell all of it, but trim it. And where would you stop yourself? Now, it's not a guarantee. Nothing is. I'm not saying that this is a guarantee. This is educational. And if you want actual advice, email us at any of our contact information that I gave you before, or call us, or call Dan. But if you do buy it and you want to know where to set a stop, I would use, I think 242 is a good area, which the 21 EMA, maybe give it a little breathing room under that 21 EMA. You kind of have to feel it out, because I've seen stocks where they'll dip under the 21, and then at the end of the day, they come back up and close above it. So see if it closes definitively underneath that, then sell it, which you could see here, it's respected that 21 EMA. That's another characteristic of the stock. On its prior uptrend, what did it do? It respected the 21 EMA. And then once it cracked it a couple of times, then that's when it changed completely. The momentum was gone. So now, is it regaining its momentum? I would say yes. So keep your eye on this one. Before we end, I want to show you guys what I was talking about building handles. So you see DocuSign here is coming up near the top end of its base. Now here at Revere, we got in, run that 230-ish level, just above that. We've had a nice rally, okay? Now what we would want to see here is it goes sideways. If not, it can come back a little bit. That's okay, and create a handle. So imagine a cup, okay? A cup and handle. Now actually, Snow, I can had that. If you look back here, this is a cup, and then see this handle? That gets out all the weak holders, and then it rallied higher. So I would like to see this happen in names like DocuSign, Net, CrowdStrike. These are all straight up, like let's say this cup here. This is not really a perfect cup, but let's say this was. Okay, you get the idea. If this creates a handle and it goes down like 5 to 7%, that thing could really even create more of a imagine a slingshot rubber band. You're pulling it further and further back, but the strength is there, and you let go, boom, it's going to snap back and go create new highs. That's what we want to see as a handle. So those are two things you could take home today. Is that IPO I showed you on Snow, and where to measure your risk, set your stop, and potentially take profits, and what to look for on a name that's setting up near a pivot. You want to wait for a handle, or at least some sideways action. That's all I got for you guys today. Everyone have a good day.